I'd like to welcome everyone to Holy Spirit High School here in Absecon, New Jersey for tonight's Cape Atlantic League Boys High School varsity basketball matchup between the Atlantic City Vikings and your Holy Spirit Spartans. At this time, everyone please rise and remove your caps. As Holy Spirit sophomore Leah Watson sings our national anthem.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Absecon, opening night of the Cape Atlantic League basketball season, and we have a good one for you tonight. Holy Spirit at home to take on Atlantic City in one of the Cal's best rivalry games. Mike Frankel sitting courtside with you here at Holy Spirit. Of course, tonight's live stream brought to you by Ulmer's Appliance Service as we introduce the starters here in Absecon. Atlantic City coming off a 21-7 season a year ago, runner-up in the Cape Atlantic League, falling in the championship game against St. Augustine. AC also losing in the second round of the South Jersey Group 4 playoffs a year ago. Many of those players are back, and many of those players are seniors this time around. As we introduce the starters for Holy Spirit.
A 6'2" junior, number 21, Jake. A 6'2" senior, number 13, Sam LaMonica. A 5'10" senior, number 2, Reese Miller. 5'9" senior, number 5, Drew Gallagher.
So there you have it, the starters for Holy Spirit tonight. It'll be Miller and Gallagher in the backcourt, along with Jake LaMonica, Sam LaMonica up front, along with the big sophomore in the middle, Joe Glenn. Senior Joe Marzik, a probable starter heading into the season, injured his knee in practice this week, so he is out tonight. For AC, you saw those starters: Flash Morgan, David Akins, Nazim Derry, Ray Bethia, and Zaire Montague will be the starting lineup for Gene Allen's AC Vikings. Allen in his 15th season, career record 311 and 96. Jamie Gillespie, head coach at Holy Spirit, entering his 12th season, career record 204 and 85. We told you what happened with Atlantic City last season. Holy Spirit 15-11 a year ago, losing to Mainland in the opening round of the Cape Atlantic League playoffs and losing to Roselle Catholic in the opening round of the non-public B playoffs. Now, we had a technical foul assessed during warm-ups tonight, some Atlantic City players hanging on the rim, so that's what we're going to have right here. As Drew Gallagher, unorthodox start to the game, but he'll shoot a couple technical free throws before we even get started off on the first one. Gallagher makes 1 of 2, so AC basically spotting the Spartans a single point as we get this one started. And, of course, because of the technical foul, no jump ball. It'll be Holy Spirit basketball right in front of our broadcast table to begin this one tonight. Again, opening night here in the Cape Atlantic League. And after the technical free throw, now we are officially underway here in Absecon. Gallagher sets the offense, gets into the sophomore Joe Glenn. Backdoor cut to LaMonica, counted, and the basket. Great start there for Holy Spirit. That's Sam LaMonica, the senior, with the backdoor slice to the bucket and the finish. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play. LaMonica off the mark on the free throw, so 3-0 Holy Spirit before Atlantic City even touches the ball, and now this is Derry crossing the half-court line. High expectations for Atlantic City this season, and it all starts tonight here on opening night against their arch rivals. Bethia for 3, and he knocks it down, so a great start for Ray Bethia. First points of the ball game for AC. We're all knotted up at 3. Here's Holy Spirit now. Reese Miller, top of the key. Dribbles back out, gets it to Gallagher. Gallagher penetrates. A lot of contact down low, and we have a traveling call, so we're going the other way. First turnover of the game, and it'll be Atlantic City basketball. 4 of these 5 starters for Atlantic City seeing big-time minutes ever since, really, their sophomore seasons. In Bethia's case, since his freshman season. Pass into the post here, Bethia, double-teamed, and we have a foul call. And it looks like they're going to get Drew Gallagher reaching in here, as it'll be Atlantic City basketball underneath. 3-3, early stages here, first quarter in Absecon. They inbound to Flash Morgan. He doesn't even need to come down with the basketball. He goes Roshan right to the bucket and scores. Morgan for 2. So AC now up 5-3. As it's Holy Spirit's turn, here's Gallagher, goes around to pick from Glenn up top. Now over to Reese Miller. Miller, he's checked by Derry. And circles back up top. Again, close defense. That's been the hallmark for Atlantic City. And a turnover. Nazim Derry all the way to the cup. And he gets it to go. So a great start from Holy Spirit, and it's been all Atlantic City since. 7-3, Vikings on top. Here's Gallagher across the timeline to Sam LaMonica, to Jake LaMonica, and then over to Reese Miller, back up top. And now it's Gallagher. Nice entry pass. Reese Miller fade away, and he can't get it to go down low. Flash Morgan comes down with the rebound. Now here's Derry, gets the step. Derry into the lane, circus shot, and he's fouled down low, so Nazim Derry will get a chance to go to the free throw line. So much playing Atlantic City, what you have to do is handle the pressure. Easier said than done, but that pressure ratcheted up early tonight. And Atlantic City with a 7-3 lead, a chance to add to that right now. And we'll get our first timeout of the ball game. It's called by Gene Allen. His team up 7-3, but of course Coach Allen always with something to talk about, as it'll be Derry going to the free throw line after the timeout. So out of the timeout, it'll be Nazim Derry going to the free throw line. Shooting 2 here. Derry already with 2 points in the ball game. And now he makes it 3 as he gets the first of 2. Of course, Nazim Derry, one of those players that's been really a regular guy in the rotation here for Atlantic City for a number of seasons now, as he makes the second. coming off the bench for big minutes his sophomore year, a starter as a junior, and now, of course, a starter as a senior. And now we have a carry called along the sideline. Again, that high intensity, that high pressure from Atlantic City forcing another turnover. That time Sam LaMonica got caught with the carry. It's been all Atlantic City since that 3-0 lead early on for Spirit, and now the Vikings can add to that. Pass into the post, but Thea, he's got a body on his back, and it looks like they'll call that one on the floor. It'll go against Sam LaMonica. Bethia, obviously a matchup nightmare, Division I recruit, heading to Howard next year. Good inside and outside player, obviously. And here's David Akins, also Division I recruit, gets it over to Zaire Montague. And now back over to Akins as Atlantic City looks to set its offense. Looking to the post for Bethia. They can't get it down there, so they swing the other side. Now here's Montague driving. Good look down low to Bethia. Can't get it to go, but a foul called on the play. And Ray Bethia will go to the free throw line with 2 shots there. First shot for Bethia is good. Ray Bethia 4 early points here on the road on opening night. First sub of the ball game in for Holy Spirit. It's Isaiah Genera into the ball game for the Spartans, sophomore. Bethia's second shot also good, give him 5 early points. And Holy Spirit needs a bucket. All of a sudden down 11-3 here, early stages of the first quarter. Pass goes down low. It's rejected down there by Flash Morgan, as that was Jake LaMonica turned away in the low block. Bethia jacks up a 3 straight on, counted, and the foul as Ray Bethia not messing around tonight. Count the 3. He'll go to the line with a chance for the rare 4-point play. And Jamie Gillespie needs a timeout here as he saw his team up 3-0. Now all of a sudden 14-3. Atlantic City all over Holy Spirit, as we'll step aside with him. And Ray Bethia going to the line to shoot 1 when we return. So here's Bethia out of the timeout with a chance to complete the 4-point play as he drilled the 3 before the TO there. And it rattles out. So Bethia with 8 points, Atlantic City up 14-3 as Gallagher goes to work now for Holy Spirit. Over to Reese Miller. Again, tight man-to-man defense here by Atlantic City. Here's Jake LaMonica looking to Gallagher in the corner. He's checked by David Akins, tight defense, spin move, fade away, blocked, and Flash Morgan comes up with a loose ball. Here's Bethia now, jacks up another 3, and that one is off the mark, and Drew Gallagher comes down with the rebound. Spartans looking to settle in here, trying to survive the onslaught early on from Atlantic City. As it's Gallagher into the high post to Jarena. Now here's a 3 ball on the way, and boy did Holy Spirit need that. Drew Gallagher knocks it down, give him 4 points for the game. Here's Derry setting things up for Atlantic City now. One of 4 seniors in the starting lineup for the Vikings. Into the post now, Bethia. Strong move to his left, but that one will not go down. And Jake LaMonica comes down with the rebound, but the ball gets away from Gallagher, and it's another turnover. First substitute of the game for Atlantic City. This is Joe Persiano Jr. checking into the ball game. He'll give Akins a breather. Just past the midway point of the first quarter, it's been mostly Atlantic City, 14-6. Montague feeds the post to Bethia. Back up top now, here's Derry for 3, and count it for Nazim Derry. So Derry and Bethia lighting it up. Those two combined for 15 points so far, 15 of AC's 17. Here's Gallagher trying to get the step baseline. Good D there from Derry. Back up top to Miller. Pump fake, pulls through. And now here's Gallagher in front of the Atlantic City bench. Step back, elbow jumper. Tough shot, can't get it to go. And Persiano comes down with the rebound. Here's Flash Morgan. Nice pass to Bethia and gets the reverse layup to go. A good look there from a couple of guys who've been playing together for a long, long time. AC stretching that lead now, 19-6. As this is now Christian Kolanowski, another sub into the game for Holy Spirit. Nice strong move, gets it to go, and he'll go to the free throw line. So the sophomore checking into the game, not shy at all. Christian Kalinowski with a chance to complete the three-point play. Be Akins back into the game for Atlantic City. He'll give Montague a break here. David Akins coming on strong a year ago. He holds a Division I offer from St. Francis University. And here's the sophomore, Kalinowski. Free throw no good. And the rebound down to Atlantic City. 2:50 to go here. Nice backdoor look, but good defense there, as it looks like that was Genera knocking it out of bounds. So Atlantic City will keep the basketball. Derry trying to go backdoor, but again, the Spartans had that door locked. Derry to trigger, gets it into Bethia. Quick shot, and it's off the mark, and the rebound comes down to Kalinowski. Now here's the sophomore trying to break the pressure behind the back dribble. Good poise there, and gets a pass over to Genera. Genera back up to the senior point guard, Drew Gallagher. Gallagher's played in this game a few times, but it looks like they're going to get him from an offensive foul there. Jamie Gillespie can't believe it, but it looks like they got him for basically hooking the defender there, wrapping that arm around to try to gain some leverage. So another quick foul on Drew Gallagher, and that's something to keep an eye on. That's his second. So he'll head to the bench here as we're still in the first quarter. And the big sophomore, Joe Glenn, 6'8", checks back in. Here's Akins. Thought about driving, now pulls it back out. Atlantic City looking for the open man. It's Bethia along the baseline. Drives short, rebound up and good. So Ray Bethia unchecked for a moment there, and he already has 12 points tonight. 21-8 all Atlantic City so far here on opening night of the high school basketball season. Now here's a backdoor look, and it looks like we have a foul called on the play. That's Genera trying to go up strong in the post, and he draws the foul. So Isaiah Genera. Isaiah Garina, beg your pardon, sophomore at the line, shooting a pair. First one no good for Garina. Sophomore, 6'3" forward, giving Holy Spirit some much needed size, especially with Joe Marzik sidelined with an injury right now. And Garina gets 1 of 2 to go, so Isaiah Garina with his first point of the ball game, and he makes it a 21-9 game. Now here's Derry, quick move to the cup, no foul called, and we play on. Atlantic City gets the rebound, though. It's Bethia with a quick look down low, and that's David Akins with his first points of the season to make it 23-9. Spartans get it into Reese Miller, leading scorer for this team a year ago, just about 12 points per game. As he goes around to screen, Miller pull up baseline. That shot is long, and another rebound from Flash Morgan. Morgan on the move. Flash Morgan, wild shot, can't get it to go. Good box out down low there from Jake LaMonica and his Holy Spirit basketball. Here's Jake LaMonica on the drive, kicks it to the corner, shot up 3 ball on the way. That was Garina, can't get it to go. And it looks like that was Joe Glenn on the putback. Glenn? 23-11, Atlantic City on top with the basketball here. 1 minute to go, opening quarter. That's Flash Morgan with a flash to the bucket. Can't get it to go, but he'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Morgan, standout wide receiver on the Atlantic City high school football team, just committing to attend University of Maine next year. Obviously, a very good basketball player as well, looking for his third point of the game, and that one way off the mark there. As checking into the game now for Atlantic City for the first time, number 10, Steven Fredericks. So here's Morgan, his second free throw. That one much better looking and gets it to go. 3 points for Flash Morgan. Now he'll check out of the game. And Tim Bethel also into the contest for the first time for Gene Allen's AC Vikings. Under a minute to go, Holy Spirit with the basketball, but down double digits. And now here's Jake LaMonica for three, and he gets it to go. So the junior with his first points of the ball game, Jake LaMonica, nails the triple. Cuts it to a 10-point deficit. Bethea looking to answer at the other end, can't get it to go. And Joe Glenn comes down with the rebound. Now here's a turnover, though, as Atlantic City gets the basketball right back. Bethea, one hand, loses it on the way up. And now we have a foul down low as that was Joe Glenn fighting for the basketball down there. They'll get him for hacking Bethea across the arm. So Ray Bethea back to the free throw stripe, already with 12 points here in this first quarter, as the super senior on pace for a huge night here in Absecon. Atlantic City up by 10, 24-14. Spartans doing their best to hang in there right now. Got a big bucket there, a big triple from Jake LaMonica last trip down. Bethea's first one is good. So give him 13 for the game already. Again, still in the first quarter here. AC on pace for 100 points as it stands. Second one also good. And now the Vikings turn up the pressure. Spartans get it in. Here's Miller over to the corner. Garina thought about a three, dumps it into the post. The sophomore Glenn working hard in there, but he can't get it to go, and Bethea on the run for AC. Bethea into the rain, and it looks like they're going to get a foul in there. Sort of a jump step into the lane there from Ray Bethea. Some of the Spartans fans looking for a travel call. But they get a foul against Holy Spirit, so Bethea right back to the line to shoot two. Ray Bethea with 15 now, as we're still in the first quarter. Second shot also good. Give him 16 for the game. And we have a foul called underneath. That one going against Tim Bethel, battling for position under there. A lot of fouls in this game so far, 14 combined. As Spirit maybe tries to look for one final shot. Here's Reese Miller, though, 3-on-2 if they want it. Instead, AC knocks the basketball away, and the Vikings will get possession. That was Joe Persiano getting a hand on the basketball, leading to that turnover. 7 seconds for AC to play with. Here's Akins, across the timeline. David Akins, step back, now leans in. Long two, shot is blocked. And that was Fredericks looking for the follow, but no good. So as it stands, a lot of offense from Atlantic City in that one. 28-14, AC on top of Holy Spirit after one. Again, our live stream tonight brought to you by Ulmer's Appliance Service. And we'll be back for the start of the second quarter. Garena. (28-14), Atlantic City up by a couple of touchdowns, if you will, here on opening night of the high school basketball season. And it'll be Vikings possession to begin the second quarter here. And it's Nazim Derry starting this period off for Atlantic City. AC working slow here, looking to start things going on the offense. Holy Spirit in a bit of a matchup zone right now as that's Flash Morgan down the paint. His first shot no good. Gets his own rebound though. And we have a foul down low. That one looking like it'll go against Sam LaMonica. And it is against Sam LaMonica, the senior, helping to man the middle tonight for Holy Spirit. And that's already the 10th foul of the game against the Spartans. So Atlantic City will be shooting 2 for the rest of the half here. Flash Morgan at the line, shooting a pair. AC already in the double bonus here. First one rattles out. Isaiah Garina back into the game for Holy Spirit now as he replaces Sam LaMonica, who already has 3 fouls in this one, so that's big trouble for Spirit. Flash Morgan's second shot goes, but wipe it off as we have a lane violation. As it looked like Derry stepped across that three-point arc before the shot was up, which is also a violation, so wipe that point off the board. Now here's Spirit trying to break that pressure. Reese Miller, senior guard for Spirit, crosses the timeline. Checked by Derry. Garina too hot to handle in the corner, and another turnover now. As that pressure, as it often does, starting to mount. Atlantic City puts on a lot of man-to-man pressure. And they've turned the Spartans over a number of times already tonight. Here's Derry operating the point so far. Over to Akins and back to Derry. As AC tries to adjust to this matchup zone look that the Spartans are giving the Vikings right now. Derry into the corner for Persiano. Entry pass into the post for Bethia. Back up to Persiano. Drives baseline, cut off down there, good D. Spartans try to trap. They get it up top, though, to Derry. His 3 ball is off the mark. Battle for the rebound, and it comes down to Joe Glenn. Gallagher up ahead to Kalinowski. Now they reset here through the senior point guard, Drew Gallagher. Gets a step, dribble to his right. Wanted the shot, couldn't get it off. Instead, it's Garina from the corner. AC battling for the rebound, and it's saved to Akins. David Akins up top to Flash Morgan, trying to step into the lane there. He's cut off, and that's a good call there. That's a traveling violation, as it looked like there was maybe a window to drive, but Holy Spirit closing that window off. No scoring yet here in the second period, still 28-14. That was the score at the end of 1. Spirit with the basketball, AC applying that full court man-to-man pressure. Akins going to work on Gallagher right now, and Gallagher is able to cross the timeline. Passes to Glenn. Glenn dribbles back up top. Here's a steal by Flash Morgan, and look out, Morgan with the one-handed stuff. Flash Morgan jams for 2, and it's 30-14, Atlantic City on top. Now here's a steal by Derry. Derry on the move. Nazim Derry into the lane. And it looks like we have a traveling violation called against Nazim Derry. Atlantic City fans on our side of the gym ready to explode with another big play there, but instead it's a turnover. And Spirit gets the basketball, trying to just weather the storm right now as the Spartans trail by 16 with 5:40 to go here in the opening half. Atlantic City projecting as one of the top teams in South Jersey this year. Spirit also considered a top 15, top 20 team, but you're seeing Atlantic City's skill on display so far, as that's a miss there by Kalinowski. But the sophomore comes up with the steal. Christian Kalinowski hard to the bucket and gets it to go. So he atones for his mistake and gets 2. He has 4 to make it 30-16. AC wants to slow it down again. There's Nazim Derry. Another standout two-sport player for Atlantic City. Great football player as well. Quarterback / wide receiver. And he'll be playing a lot of point guard for the AC Vikings this season. Entry post to Bethia. going to work down low, steps through, and we have another travel called. And now checking into the game for Atlantic City is Stephen Fredericks back in. And Joe Persiano, who gave Gene Allen some good minutes off the bench, he'll head back to the bench. Drew Gallagher. And we have a foul about 80 feet from the bucket there. That one going against David Akins. But only the 6th foul against Atlantic City, so the next one will be 1-1. Spirit going to the line. As it stands, just an inbound situation right now. And they get it back into Drew Gallagher. Gallagher across the timeline to Kolanowski. Around a screen up top. Up top to Garina. Now back over to Gallagher. Here's Glenn. That's LaMonica with the 3 ball. Can't get it to go. Jake LaMonica, and the rebound comes down to AC. Akins thought about a 3. Instead, it's a travel as another carry called against Atlantic City there. Zaire Montague back into the game for Atlantic City as he'll give it David Akins a break. Ray Bethia, 16 points right now to lead Atlantic City. Drew Gallagher and Christian Kolanowski each with 4 to lead Holy Spirit. Here's Kolanowski. Nice move to get free. Pull-up jumper, short, and then Karoom's long. And we get it ahead to Flash Morgan. His shot is a little long there, but we have a foul on the play. And so it'll be Flash Morgan going back to the free throw line to shoot 2 more. Atlantic City wants a flagrant called, but it looks like it'll be a common foul. As the officials talk to Flash Morgan, try to calm him down a little bit as he gets set to shoot 2.
Morgan goes to the line to shoot.
And now Gene Allen wants a timeout. So Nazir Flash Morgan will be shooting 2, but Gene Allen wants to settle down his troops right now as things getting a little emotional out there on the court. Hard foul underneath. And Allen with a couple words for the officials as well. His team up 30-16. Of course, opening night tonight, but both of these teams will be in action over the weekend at the Ocean City PBA Tip-Off Weekend. Always a great event to start the season. Holy Spirit right back at it tomorrow. A 1:45 start against Toms River East, and then Atlantic City will play at the Ocean City PBA Tip-Off Weekend on Sunday. Another big matchup there as they take on defending Central Jersey Group 3 champ Ewing. That's a 1:45 start on Sunday. So Spirit to play in Ocean City at 1:45 Saturday. Same time slot for Atlantic City on Sunday. (30-16), Atlantic City led 28-14 after 1. So just 2 points from each side so far as we're just about halfway into the second period. But a chance for Flash Morgan to add to his total right now as he goes to the line to shoot 2. On the court right now for AC, of course, it's Morgan, Bethia, Stephen Fredericks out there, Montague, and Derry. As Morgan hits the first on the court for Holy Spirit. Reese Miller, Drew Gallagher, Jake LaMonica, Joe Glenn, and Christian Kolanowski. Second free throw is also good there for Flash Morgan, so give him 7 and give Atlantic City a 32-16 lead, doubling up Spirit. Here's Reese Miller. Now here's Glenn ahead of the pack, but good hustle there from Montague to poke it away. And they'll make Holy Spirit earn it as Montague with the hustle to take away the easy finish there, potential easy finish from Joe Glenn. So Holy Spirit basketball, and it'll be Drew Gallagher as the trigger man. Gets it in there to Jake LaMonica. Brother Sam on the bench with 3 fouls right now. And Drew Gallagher wants to reset up top. 3:50 to go, second quarter. Spirit down 16. Miller up top to Glenn. Now over to left wing. Gallagher drives. Gallagher can't get it to go. And he can't believe it. But Drew Gallagher will go to the line to shoot 2. Again, it's a Holy Spirit team that lost in the opening round of the Cal playoffs a year ago, lost in the opening round of a loaded South Jersey non-public B bracket as Gallagher misses the first. And this is a team that once more this season, deeper run in the Cal tournament, deeper run in the new look South Jersey non-public B playoffs as Gallagher hits 1 of 2. And now we have a timeout called by Jamie Gillespie. His team down by 15 here as they'll talk things over. 3:38 to go, second quarter. Let's give you the rest of that schedule for the Ocean City PBA tip-off weekend here during the timeout. Again, it tips off tomorrow at noon Saturday. Lower Cape May takes on Cape May Tech. Spirit gets Toms River East at 1:45. Goodwin at 3:30 as Wildwood Catholic takes on Teaneck. 5:15, St. Joe taking on Wildwood. And at 7 o'clock tomorrow, it'll be St. Augustine and Winslow. Then Sunday, the Atlantic City girls taking on Ewing, followed by the AC boys versus Ewing. That's noon and 1:45. At 3:30, Middle Township girls take on Haddon Township. And then at 5:15, the Ocean City girls take on ACIT, followed by the Ocean City boys versus Pleasantville at 7 o'clock. Some moisture on the court there in front of the Atlantic City bench. Obviously, rough night outside tonight snow-wise. A lot of fans tracking some of that moisture inside. And they're cleaning it up right now, although that could also be a spill there in front of the Atlantic City bench. Some assistant coaches work hard to clean it up, and now we're good to go. Atlantic City basketball, 15-point lead. As now it's Holy Spirit extending a little token pressure full court. Atlantic City gets it across the timeline. Spirit traps, and it looks like it'll stay with the Vikings. So that's a different look there from Holy Spirit, trying to apply some pressure, speed up the Vikings if they can a little bit. And it'll be Montague inbounding for Atlantic City. Zaire Montague gets it in. And now Derry will set things up as Holy Spirit sort of slumps back into that matchup zone look on defense. And now they extend it. Reese Miller comes out to try to speed things up. Derry gets to step into the lane. Nazim Derry, wild shot, but looks like we have a foul called against Holy Spirit. This one going against Jake LaMonica. And Derry gets a chance for 2 easy ones at the free throw line. Nazim Derry, 7 points so far tonight, as he is long on the first one. Second free throw for Nazim Derry. Also no good. So an empty trip that time. And the rebound comes down to Jake LaMonica. And now it's Drew Gallagher for Holy Spirit. Gallagher, good tight defense there from Derry. Able to find Christian Kolanowski. Derry hits the floor, no call. Gallagher in the corner, thought about a 3. Drives baseline, tied up down low. And we have a jump ball situation as Derry tied him up. And it will stay with Holy Spirit on the possession arrow. Spartans looking to make a push here. They trail by 15, under 3 minutes to go. Second quarter. Gallagher hitting the nose on that play. He's smarting a little bit as he gets it into Christian Kolanowski. Picks up his dribble, out to Gallagher. Deep 3 on the way, and it rims out. Miller goes flying in for the rebound, but it comes down to Atlantic City. Here's Bethia. Now down low baseline. Good spin move there from Derry. Back up top, looking for Morgan. Instead, Reese Miller with the steal. Reese Miller slows it down. Now dips in, spin. Reese Miller fade away. Tough shot. And no good. And another rebound there from Flash Morgan. Now Morgan through some traffic, lays it off. Contact down low. No call, all ball there as Reese Miller was able to block Zaire Montague. So Atlantic City basketball, 2:19 to go. Again, low-scoring second period here. Just 7 combined points. Here's Montague. Bethia for 3. That one's short. And tipped out. Battle for the basketball. Atlantic City comes up with it. That was Steven Fredericks. And now AC will reset in no hurry here as we hit the 2-minute mark. And a travel up top there is Bethia moving the feet before he put the basketball down. So a turnover going against Atlantic City. Again, 28-14 after one, just 32-17 at this point. As Spirit again tries to generate something here, trying to close this deficit before halftime. Here's Reese Miller, 3-on-2 for Spirit. Instead, Miller jacks up a three, and that one's way off the mark. And that's also what Atlantic City does. They speed you up. Gene Allen, head coach for Atlantic City, shouting out instructions. And he wants his team to slow it down a little bit and set it up. Here's Derry at the point guard position. Over to Montague, looking into the post. Instead, they swing the other way. Stephen Fredericks back up top. And now left wing. As Atlantic City looks for the right entry pass. There it is. Ray Bethea turns, scores. And it looks like they're going to get him for an offensive foul here. So Atlantic City thought the Vikings had a chance at a three-point play. Instead, offensive foul as Ray Bethea lowered his shoulder, and it'll be Spirit basketball. Here's Tim Bethel back into the game for Atlantic City as he replaces Bethea. That was his second foul. Here's Miller, again a 3-on-2, dishes it off to Glenn. Loses the handle, back up top to Gallagher. Gallagher drives, spins, hangs, and that shot is short. A lot of these Holy Spirit shots off balance, fading away. Not necessarily great looks, but Atlantic City obviously a great defensive team, making it difficult right now for the Spartans to get those clean looks on offense. So here's Derry. Gallagher forcing the 5 count. Gets it over to Morgan. Now back up top to Montague. Looking to get it back to Derry. Derry resets. 40 seconds to go, second quarter. Double teamed. Now, here's Atlantic City over in the corner. And back up top as the Vikings try to hold for one, and Gene Allen applauding his team's efforts right now. Here's Montague. Slicing, dishing. Now here is an early shot. Can't get it to go, but the rebound right back down. And the flush there on the putback by Flash Morgan. Some serious hops there. 12 seconds to work with from Holy Spirit. Under 10 seconds to go. Here's Gallagher. Drew Gallagher around a screen. 3 seconds to go. Gallagher shot, nothing but air. And that's how we go into halftime. On the heels of the Flash Morgan dunk. Atlantic City 34 and Holy Spirit 17. So 28-14 after one. 34-17 right now, as it's been mostly Atlantic City here on opening night. Mike Frankel courtside with you as this live stream brought to you by Ulmer's Appliance Service. We'll step away for a few moments, be back for the start of the third quarter here in Absecon.
which he holds here at Spirit as well. He works tirelessly in making young basketball players better athletes, and people walk into one of Woody's camps and you will see, you will feel his spirit for our school. His camps were well established 5 years ago. This gymnasium is like Woody's home. If he's not coaching it, he's eating in it. If he's not, he's cleaning it. He does it all. This past summer, Woody approached the Fathers Club in collectively hosting his first summer basketball camp here at Spirit. Woody did all the work, and allowed the Fathers Club to share in half of the net proceeds, which we thank you for that. We as a club were honored to share and continue to use not only Coach Woody's money, but all of our fundraising dollars to better Holy Spirit High School. Our largest support to the school is our annual scholarship commitment. This is an ongoing financial support for future Spartans as well as existing. With all this being said, the Holy Spirit Fathers Club would like to take the time right now to honor Coach Woody with a Fathers Club membership jacket, making Coach Woody an honorary member for life. Keep up the great work, Woody, your hard work and dedication to this high school. You truly embody the word coach. Congratulations. Let's give this man a standing ovation. He deserves it, everybody. Come on. Everybody up. Everybody up. Everybody up. He deserves it. Give it up, everybody.
How you doing, all right? Appreciate it.
Coach Woody, look at this. I'm going to see you, man.
Top school. Hey, he's thirsty.
Yeah. Mike Frankel back courtside here in Absecon as we get set to start the third quarter. Atlantic City on top of Holy Spirit, 34-17. Some first half scoring. Ray Bethia, 16 points to lead the way for Atlantic City. Flash Morgan with 9, Nazim Derry with 7, and David Akins with 2. For Holy Spirit, Drew Gallagher leading the way with 5 points. Christian Kolanowski with 4. Jake LaMonica with 3. Joe Glenn with 2. Sam LaMonica with 2. And Isaiah Garina with 1. Some other scores from around South Jersey tonight. St. Joseph all over Cedar Creek, 82-48. EHT beating Mainland 63-38. Camden Catholic edges Eastern 50-48. And Highland over Wildwood 72-56. Atlantic City with the basketball to start the third quarter here. And it's Akins going to work. Into the corner for Morgan. Into the post for Bethia. Seals his man off and gets 2 more. So Ray Bethia starting the game strong, starting the second half strong as well. He has 18. Now here's Akins diving for it, and the hustle pays off because that ball goes off of Drew Gallagher. So good hustle play there by the senior David Akins, and Atlantic City gets the basketball right back. Bethia looking for a lob, instead tosses it into the backcourt there for Nazim Derry. Here's Montague, started the game, starts the third quarter as well. Basically the same starters to begin the third quarter for both teams as started the game, and that's Flash Morgan with a pull-up jumper. Good-looking jumper from the baseline, and now we have a quick foul against Atlantic City here. Morgan give him 11 points for the game now. 38-17 as AC quickly extends that lead to open the third quarter. Sam LaMonica, 3 fouls. Spirit needs him though. Gallagher fighting through a double team, gets it up to Joe Glenn. Big man trying to dribble in, instead kicks out to Sam LaMonica, drives baseline, hangs in the air and gets it to go. So Sam LaMonica stuck on the bench with foul trouble in the first half, already making a difference here in the second half. Here's Derry. High post for Bethia. Now deep 2 on the way, and he gets it to go. Banks are open late here in Absecon as Bethia Drains the deep 2 to give him 20. Sam LaMonica down the lane, and it looks like we have a kick ball there. Checking into the first, for the first time in the game, Cato Figueroa for Atlantic City, as he gives David Akins a quick blow. Here's Gallagher. Jake LaMonica thought about a 3, instead he drives, and he can't finish in tight. Glenn with the rebound, back up, rejected down low by Flash Morgan. Here's Atlantic City with a 40-19 lead. Figueroa back up top to Derry. Spirit still in this matchup zone look here. Trying to look into the deep post, instead driving baseline there. That's Figueroa, nice pass. Count it and 1 as Ray Bethia. Again, starting the game so strong, the first quarter, starting the third quarter just in the same way. He already has 22, going to the line for a chance to complete the three-point play. Free throw, no good. And rebound comes down to Jake LaMonica. So here's Spirit in an even bigger hole right now than they were in at halftime. Joe Glenn up top. Over to Sam LaMonica. Over to Reese Miller. 3-ball on the way. And that one won't go down. And another rebound by Flash Morgan. Long outlet pass. A little bit too long as that one goes out of bounds. As Atlantic City looking to run. Gene Allen scratching his head. And it'll be Spartan basketball. Sam LaMonica across the timeline. Driving. Shoots. And that one rims out. And it's Flash Morgan with yet another rebound. Over to Montague for 3. Way short, but he gets his own rebound in the deep corner. And gets it back up top to Derry. One more pass. Stepping in for 2. Morgan is off the mark, and Drew Gallagher comes down with the rebound. Passes ahead to Sam LaMonica. LaMonica, Euro step into the lane and gets it to go. So Sam LaMonica making up for lost time. Again, stuck on the bench in the first half with foul trouble. 4 quick points here in the second half, give him 6 for the game. AC still doubling up Spirit, 42-21 here on opening night in the Cape Atlantic League. 3 on the way from Bethia, rims out, and Gallagher pulls down the rebound. Drew Gallagher behind the back dribble, loses his balance, and now here's a steal by Morgan. 2-on-1 break, pass back to Morgan, and another stuff down low. And that was off the feed there from Cato Figueroa. LaMonica already with the 3 fouls. He couldn't do much on that one. Didn't want to pick up number 4. Now here is LaMonica. 3-ball on the way, and that one is no good. Sam LaMonica is off the mark from deep. Here's Derry. This one really starting to slip, but here's a steal for Spirit. Miller puts it up off the glass, and good hard foul down low there by Figueroa to take away the easy 2. And Reese Miller goes to the line to shoot 2. It's about to say this one seemingly starting to slip a little bit from Holy Spirit. Now down 44-21, but a chance here to get some easy points with the clock stopped. Reese Miller, senior, leading scorer for this team a year ago, but his first shot is no good. Miller scoreless tonight. Frustrating opener for him so far. As back into the game for Spirit is Christian Kolanowski. Good energy, good minutes off the bench. In the first half, he has 4 points. Second one does go down. First point of the game there for Reese Miller. Spirit again extending this pressure. Bethia crosses to Figueroa. One more pass to Morgan. And now the senior circles back up top. Here's Derry right on top of the Spartan logo. Now he drives. Nazim Derry hangs. Little English on that basketball. And the good finish. Nazim Derry with 9 points pushes the lead 46-22. And now another offensive foul here. Drew Gallagher gets called for it. And that's his 3rd. So major foul trouble here, as a couple of the Spartans regulars have 3. Derry, backdoor lob to Morgan. No dunk, but just as good as Morgan finishes with the layup. He has 15. Good look there off the inbound pass from Ray Bethia. Kolanowski hounded, but gets it across the timeline. Good poise for the sophomore tonight. Garina picks up his dribble, able to find Gallagher way up top. Gallagher gets the step, pull-up jumper. That shot is good. Spirit needed that one as the senior Gallagher knocks it down. Still a lot more work to be done for Holy Spirit here. They need stops, the Spartans do. And AC content to slow things down a little bit. Approaching 3 minutes to go here, third quarter, 48-24. Derry for three, straight on. That one's long. Bethia with the rebound. His shot in the lane. He uses the glass and gets it to go. Ray Bethia, 24 points. And AC hits the 50 mark. They lead 50-24. The Vikings starting to salt this one away here in the third quarter. Here's Gallagher. Spin into the corner for Miller. Thought about a three, and he pushes off along the baseline. Another offensive foul. Really, and you wouldn't expect anything less, but just solid pressure defense across the board from Atlantic City tonight, forcing a number of offensive fouls, a number of turnovers as well. Couple changes for Atlantic City here as Tim Bethel checks back in. Flash Morgan goes to the bench. Also, Stephen Fredericks back into the ball game. He has the basketball now. And we have a technical foul called against Holy Spirit. So the Tech going to the Spirit bench there, assuming Jamie Gillespie, head coach. Not quite clear exactly what happened, but in the end it'll be Derry going to the free throw line to shoot two. First one off the mark. Derry's second shot is good, so he's in double digits. The third Viking to reach double figures tonight. Bethia 24, Morgan has 15, and now Nazim Derry with 10. Those have really been the only three guys to score for AC. Aikens does have two, but obviously that trio leading the way. And here's Derry. Again, slowing it down. Good hustle there from Kolanowski, but unable to corral the basketball, so AC will keep possession. Clock continues to run here through the timeout. And now we're approaching 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Derry on the dribble, trying to break down Miller. And now we have a carry called against Nazim Derry. Atlantic City fans obviously not happy about that one, as Sam LaMonica heads to the bench, and Joe Glenn, big 6'8" sophomore, checks back in for Spirit. So Spirit with three sophomores on the floor right now, along with the two senior captains, Drew Gallagher and Reese Miller. This is Gallagher into the corner for Miller. Miller around a screen. Garina up top. Gallagher, three ball on the way. That shot is long. Battle for the rebound. Glenn comes up with it. Joe Glenn is hacked from behind there. They're going to get Cato Figueroa on the foul. Team-wise, just 3 fouls for each side so far in this third quarter. A little different story in the first half where both teams were into the bonus pretty early on. Gallagher gets it into Sam LaMonica. Back up top to Isaiah Garina. And now over to Christian Kolanowski. Kolanowski through the legs. Working hard into the lane. Step back three for Sam LaMonica. And that one is all net. Sam LaMonica, 7 points here in this third quarter to give him 9 for the game. Holy Spirit just trying to hang around right now, but the Spartans trail 51-27. Here's Derry. Dangerous pass, and Garina almost comes up with a steal, but Figueroa is able to get the ball back. Nice look down low, and the shot is short down there from Stephen Fredericks, but a foul called on the play. So Stephen Fredericks will go to the free throw line with a chance at his first points of the night. Foul going against Isaiah Garina. And here's Fredericks looking for his first point of the season. And he gets it to go. Jake LaMonica back into the game for Holy Spirit as Isaiah Garina heads to the bench. Also Joe Persiano getting ready to check back in for the Vikings. Second shot, good. So give Fredericks 2 points as he now heads to the bench and Persiano checks in. And now the officials will send him back to the bench because he didn't have his shirt tucked in. So a little extended run here for Stephen Fredericks. Sam LaMonica stepping up his game in the third quarter. And here's Drew Gallagher now with the basketball. Looking for the screen there from Glenn. Joe Glenn with the basketball. Up top, taken away by Bethia. And look out. And that's an intentional foul, so right call there. Gallagher not happy about it and certainly wasn't trying to hurt anyone on the play, but you can't wrap anyone up, certainly not at the high school level. And so that's an easy call for this officiating crew. He's done a nice job controlling the game tonight. That's trouble for Gallagher. That's his fourth, but obviously an easy call there as Bethia goes to the line. Bethia sinks the first, give him 25 now for the game. Second shot also good. Atlantic City also, of course, will get the basketball after this. 54-27 as the Vikings removing really any doubt here in the third quarter. Cruising here on opening night over the Spartans. AC basketball here. Here's Fredericks. Gets away from Bethia for a moment, and Ray corrals it. Again, the senior, one of the top players in South Jersey. Heading to Division I Howard next season. And now here's Nazim Derry. Into the post for Bethia. Posting up Kolanowski. Now good look down low. That ball is kicked. And it'll stay with Atlantic City. Again, this is an Atlantic City team that I think by all admissions underachieved last year. Just made it to the second round of the Group 4 tournament. Much bigger plans for this season. Here's a turnover now, and the Spartans come up with the basketball. Here's Jake LaMonica. Kolanowski tracks down the loose ball. Bethia hounding him. Christian Kolanowski, though, good poise, but blocked there by Bethia. Fredericks slicing down the lane, up off the rim, and no good, and the rebound comes down to Joe Glenn. And that'll be it for the third quarter. So after three, Atlantic City extends that lead even further, 54-27, as the Vikings are rolling here on opening night in the Cape Atlantic League. We'll step aside for a moment here, back to start the fourth quarter right after this. Of course, today's live stream brought to you by Ulmer's Appliance Service.
Also, if you need some last-minute Christmas gifts, Spirit Gear booth, they got some nice little pom-pom caps, Holy Spirit Spartan blankets. Check them out.
It'll be Holy Spirit basketball to begin the third quarter here. It's the Spartans looking for a way back into this thing, but down big here. 54-27. Check that, 56-27. Ray Bethia leading the way, 26 points tonight for Atlantic City. Flash Morgan with a double-double that includes 15 points. Derry with 10. Sam LaMonica leading the way right now for Holy Spirit with 9. Here's Reese Miller, just 1 point tonight for the senior who led this team in scoring a year ago. Gets it over to Sam LaMonica. Gallagher, open three, and that one is off. Morgan, falling out of bounds, saves it to a teammate, and now here's Persiano. And scramble at midcourt, and a travel. So the ball will go back to Holy Spirit there. Good hustle from both sides, battling for that loose ball. But in the end, it'll be the Spartans with the basketball, trailing 56-27. Spirit gets it into Gallagher. Drew Gallagher over to Reese Miller in the far corner. Glenn up top. And Gallagher drives baseline. Drew Gallagher hangs. Wild shot, can't get it to go. Another rebound from Flash Morgan. And Aikens look to slow things down here for Atlantic City. Bethia on the bench right now with the game in hand. Morgan turns the corner, gets two more. Flash Morgan with 17. Here's Sam LaMonica. And we have a travel there as he never put the ball down on the floor. Big stride there from Sam LaMonica, but maybe a little too big there as they get him for steps. Atlantic City, very impressive performance tonight. In control here in the fourth, up 58-27 over arch rival Holy Spirit. Montague dips in, leans, and they get him for a walk as well as Montague was off balance trying to go up for that shot. Timeout on the floor here as Gene Allen wants to talk things over as a number of his second unit players are in the ball game here. So we get a chance to remind you about some games coming up this weekend. Again, big event over in Ocean City, PBA tip-off weekend. Both of these teams will be in action. Holy Spirit tomorrow, a 1:45 tip-off against Toms River East. And then a big one for Atlantic City on Sunday, 1:45 tip-off against defending Central Jersey Group 3 champ Ewing. Ewing knocking off Winslow Township in the state semifinals a year ago. Of course, Ewing and Atlantic City has some history as well. Go back a few years to the Tournament of Champions. Those two teams matched up there. Here's Sam LaMonica. Into the corner to his brother, Jake LaMonica, and his shot is long. And now AC, of course, looks to slow it down again. Here's David Aikens. Just 2 points tonight. Quite frankly, AC hasn't needed him to put up much offensively with Bethia and Morgan leading the way. Aikens turns. Goes around a screen there. Little floater and way off the mark, but Morgan once again there to clean up as Flash Morgan, now 19 points. Jake LaMonica with a spin and a nice finish inside at the other end. Give Jake LaMonica 5 points for the game, the junior. 60-29, AC in control. Aikens steps out, now turns the corner, spin, good defense there from Sam LaMonica, and now here's a steal. Reese Miller up ahead of the pack, and yep, that one's a walk as well, as Miller could never really get his timing right there on that outlet pass. Bethia back into the game. He replaces Tim Bethel. Atlantic City basketball, 5:42 to go here in the fourth, and dominating, leading 60-29 over Holy Spirit. And a double dribble here, as Aikens isn't happy about it, but turnover for Atlantic City. Here's Glenn right back to Sam LaMonica, and that ball goes, looks like it goes off his leg, and yep, officials will get together and call it off of Holy Spirit, so ball right back to Atlantic City. Things getting a little bit sloppy here in the fourth quarter as AC tries to close this one out. Aikens triggers the offense for AC, pass up top to Persiano. That's Sam LaMonica going flying. Montague drives baseline, rejected there. And pass goes out to Sam LaMonica, draws the contact, can't get it to go. But a heady play there from the senior to stop the clock, draw the foul, and go to the line to try and shoot two. So here it'll be Sam LaMonica at the line. First free throw is good. LaMonica, the first player into double digits tonight for Holy Spirit. Give him 10. Again, stuck on the bench for much of that second quarter when Atlantic City was really building that lead. His second free throw is no good, and Flash Morgan has another rebound. Keeping point totals here. We're not keeping rebound totals courtside, but Morgan with an easy double-double tonight. He has to be approaching 15, 20 rebounds. And an offensive foul here against David Akins. It's been a frustrating last few sequences for him. And the ball goes back to Holy Spirit. And now Gene Allen's seen enough out of Akins for the moment. So Cato Figueroa checks in for him. Here's Drew Gallagher, still playing hard, battling his team down by 30, though. Sam LaMonica on the wing. Up top to Garina. His three ball is blocked. And Atlantic City able to corral it down low thanks to Zaire Montague. Montague across half court. Dishes it off to Figueroa. Double team there. Able to find Montague in the corner. Open in the lane. Good passing from AC, but maybe too much of it as Persiano unable to handle the basketball. And the turnover fest here in the fourth continues. Spirit basketball. Spartans get it into Garina. Picks up his dribble. Now here's Gallagher approaching the halfway point of the fourth. AC doubling up Spirit. Drive and a shot there from Miller, can't get it to go. And now here's AC on the run. And look out, Flash Morgan with another stuff. So Morgan with multiple dunks tonight. Jamie Gillespie wants a timeout, as that's just about all she wrote for Holy Spirit as the Spartans trail 62-30. Flash Morgan now 21 points on the night. Ray Bethia with 26. Derry with 10. Akins with 2 for Atlantic City. And on the Spirit side of the ledger, Sam LaMonica with 10. Drew Gallagher with 7. Jake LaMonica with 5. Christian Kolonowski with 4. Joe Glenn with 2. And Isaiah Garina and Reese Miller each with a single point tonight for the Spartans. So if you're Atlantic City, mission accomplished tonight, obviously on the way to a win. You also shut down the opposing team's top scorer, projected top scorer, as Reese Miller just with a single point tonight. Again, AC 21-7 a year ago. Spirit 15-11 a year ago. Vikings certainly considered one of the top teams in South Jersey entering this season. Spirit in the conversation as well, but as you're seeing tonight, a little bit of a gap between these teams. Here's Gallagher. Again, still battling here as Spirit tries to put a couple positive things together heading into a matchup tomorrow over in Ocean City. Here's Reese Miller up top. Now here's Gallagher. Step to his right. Up, shot, no good. And we'll get a foul called on the play as our view is a little bit obstructed now as fans begin to exit the gym. Some wholesale substitutions getting set to check in here for Holy Spirit, as it looks like the night will be over for a number of the Spartans regulars. Gallagher's first shot is good. Gives him 8 points on the night. And Drew Gallagher, senior point guard, will get another one. Second shot falls off the rim, and Atlantic City with the rebound. That's Cato Figueroa. So AC is just, it seems like every time I've looked up at the scoreboard, continually doubling up. Holy Spirit now 62-31 in this case. Vikings work some clock. Here's Montague. Looks like the night is over for a number of the Vikings seniors, senior starters. Figueroa on the drive, looking down low, and we have a foul call down low. And now into the game for the first time for Holy Spirit. That's Santino Giorgio, Jr. AC circles up top. Montague. Over to Persiano. Persiano gets the ball back. Back up top to Montague. 62-31, under 3 minutes to go now here in Absecon as Atlantic City is rolling on opening night over Holy Spirit. Here's a drive and a slap away there by Jake LaMonica. AC keeps the ball though. And there's a shot on the way from the near wing off the mark. And the rebound comes down to Glenn. Here's Garina, jacks up a three. That one's short. Glenn with the rebound though. Body's bumping down low, and it'll be Joe Glenn going to the free throw line. Sophomore. 6'8", obviously a lean frame, but high upside here as he has a chance to really add some pounds and add a force inside for Jamie Gillespie's team. Already getting some serious minutes here tonight with Joe Marzik sidelines, senior forward, injuring his knee just this week. Tough break for Holy Spirit, obviously heading into what was already a difficult showdown with Atlantic City on opening night. So Glenn hits one, 62-32 now. Persiano down low, nice scoop down there, but can't get it to go. And the rebound and putback was Tim Bethel. So Bethel, his first two of the game. Garina loses it, body's on the floor. And we have a foul going against Holy Spirit. That'll be the 7th on the Spartans, so Atlantic City will go to the line for a 1-and-1. Fifth foul there on Isaiah Garina, who exits the game with 1 point. Good minutes, though, tonight from the sophomore. And this will be Zaire Montague with a chance to pick up his first points of the game at the other end for Atlantic City. Montague, a junior, only non-senior in the starting lineup tonight. First shot is good. First point of the season for Zaire Montague. And he'll get a second free throw. Second one also good. Zaire Montague knocks down a pair, make it 66-32 as we wind down here the fourth quarter on opening night. Another new player in the game for Spirit, that's Jack Sella into the game for the first time. And we have a foul against Atlantic City, which will send Holy Spirit to the free throw line in a 1-on-1 situation. So Santino Giorgio with a chance to pick up a couple points here from the charity stripe. Giorgio gets it to go. And he'll get a second. Second one rims off. A rebound comes right back down to Spirit, but an air ball in the lane from Sella. And AC with the basketball. Here's Persiano. Crosses midcourt. As we tick down here, again, AC continues to double up the opposition, 66-33. I think AC might be content to run most of this clock out here if Spirit is willing to let him, but Spirit still battling on D, trying to trap here, force something. Cato Figueroa over to Montague. Montague looking down low for a teammate. Well, there's a steal down there. And now here ahead of the pack is Kolanowski, and Christian Kolanowski able to finish on the break. Off of the pass there from Giorgio. Spirit continuing to double team here as some of these other players getting some valuable minutes. Here's Glenn with the steal, and a steal right back from Atlantic City. That's Figueroa. Montague with the basketball. We'll see if Spirit backs off here. As AC looking to run out the clock, and looks like Spirit is content to let the Vikings do so. So on opening night, Atlantic City goes on the road against arch rival Holy Spirit, gets the job done and then some, as the AC Vikings are victorious 66-35 as the Vikes of AC start the season with an emphatic win. Let's get you some scoring totals here. Ray Bethia, a huge first quarter, big third quarter as well, as he finishes with a game-high 26 on opening night of his senior campaign. Flash Morgan, a monster on the boards tonight, also in the scoring column, as Morgan finishes with 21 points. Nazim Derry with 10, solid game at the point guard position for AC. David Akins with 2, Tim Bethel with 2, Zaire Montague with 2, and Stephen Fredericks with 2. That rounds out the scoring for AC. And for Holy Spirit, Sam LaMonica, a team-high 10 points. Drew Gallagher with 8 points. Christian Kolonowski, the sophomore, off of the bench with 6. Jake LaMonica with 5 points. Joe Glenn, big guy, sophomore in the middle with 3. Giorgio with a point off of the bench. Isaiah Garina with a point off of the bench. And a disappointing night for Reese Miller, senior guard, finishing with just 1 point for Holy Spirit. So that'll do it for us tonight. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks as always to Ulmer's Appliance Service and Matt Ulmer for the live streaming video. Mike Frankel signing off here in Absecon, Atlantic City, all over Holy Spirit on opening night as the Vikings take it 66-35.